Hey Vinay, this is Brian from Leadhounds, and in this video I'm going to show you 3 things that you can start doing to bring in more patients through your websites. So before we get into those strategies though, I want to talk about the goal of the strategies. And that's going to center around what's called buyer intent keywords. So those are basically phrases that someone's going to search when they want to pay for a service. So in the case of your websites, I saw you have two Med Spa LV and Trim Care, and it seems like they're kind of work hand in hand with this focused a little more on the aesthetics. So I'll mention both of them, but we're going to talk mostly about Botox and semaglutide as your main services, just as an example to see what I'm talking about. So let's look at one buyer intent keyword, and that is Botox Las Vegas. So if we search that in Google, we see the maps, and then we see what's called the organic listings. And these are the websites that pop up without having to pay Google like you would for the ads. And these are going to be super important because they get by far the most clicks of anything that shows up on Google. And so if we look at the top results here, we see some of your competitors, right? LV Plastic Surgery, Chic La Vie, and some others, but we don't see Trim Care or MD Spa Las Vegas. And as we scroll down, we can look for either of your websites. And that's the end of the first page, and we haven't seen you yet, so we'll just keep going a little further. And yeah, so, we don't see Trim Care, and we don't see MD Spa LV. So what that means is all of the people searching for this are going to be clicking on these websites, your competitors' websites, and scheduling appointments with them. So how many people actually search for this? We can find the answer to that actually using this site called Ahrefs. And right here we see that Botox Las Vegas gets 1,000 searches a month, right? So that's 1,000 people every single month looking for Botox in your area, right? In Las Vegas. But if neither of your websites show up for this, then nobody is going to find them, right? So let's see what you do show up for. So I went ahead and searched for MD Spa LV, and just to speed things up, I filtered for anything that contains Botox or semaglutide, which are probably 2 of your top services. And here we see you do show up for semaglutide Las Vegas, a good one, 400 searches a month, that's great. But you're in the 25th position. So that's going to be on the 3rd page of Google, and nobody is really scrolling that far to find a business they want to go to. They're going to click on a website that's on the 1st page. So you need to be top 10 for these keywords, and ideally in the top 5. And we don't see much for Botox. I mean, we see these, but you're very low on these. And real quick, we'll look at Trim Care as well. Again, Botox, semaglutide. And your highest keyword is in the 43rd position, right? Semaglutide Las Vegas. So nobody's going to the 5th page of Google. No one's ever done that. So let's take a look at one of your competitors and see where they stand. So this is Chic La Vie, one of those websites that showed up near the top. And we see that they show up for a big one, Med Spa Las Vegas, 600 searches, number 2. There's Botox Las Vegas, 1,000 searches. They're number 3. We saw them right near the top. And let's go a little further. They have All Therapy, Cool Sculpting, Microneedling, more Botox keywords, right? We want to target as many as we can. Let's see. They have a lot of Med Spa, a lot of Botox. So we see that Chic La Vie is really doing a lot to promote their website because they show up in, look, the top 5 for all of these keywords for med spa services in Vegas. So how can you compete with them? How can you get in these top spots for the services that you want to be selling? That's going to come back to those 3 strategies I mentioned earlier. And the first of those is going to be the content on your websites. So what I mean by that is literally the words that you're using to describe your business and your services. Because what Google likes to see is about 1,000 to 2,000 words talking to the customers about those services using those keywords that you want to target. So we're looking at your website, mdspa.lv.com, and both your websites look very professional, really good. But let's take a look at your content, and we'll look at neuromodulators, right? Because that'll get us our Botox. And so looking at your content, you have a good amount here, maybe like 500-600 words of content. So that's a great start. But let's see if you have that keyword, Botox Las Vegas. So no, we don't see that anywhere. Now let's look at, well, real quick, we'll look at trim care just to see injectables, Botox, and we don't have any content here, right? Okay, so let's look at your competitor, Chic La Vie. So we're on their Botox page, and as we scroll down, we see that they have tons of content here, right? Like I can just keep scrolling, and there's probably 2,000 words on this page, right? And you got keywords used right there: Botox for men in Las Vegas, best Botox in Las Vegas, Vegas Botox, right? And then that top keyword, oh no, that's not what we want. We want Botox Las Vegas. And right, we see they use that a couple times here because that's going to be the top one. So really you want to be competing with Chic La Vie on everything they're doing, including the content, right? We want to be doing something like this for your website and all the services that you want to promote. Okay, so let's move on to another strategy, which is called backlinking. So a backlink is when another website posts a link that goes to your website. And what that does is it tells Google that you're a credible business because they see other businesses talking about you, right? And that's going to build their trust, and they're going to reward you for that trust by moving you up in those search rankings. So looking at your backlinks, we see you have one for MD Spa LV, and you have 101 for trim care. So it looks like maybe you've been doing some promotions for trim care, but maybe MD Spa LV is a little newer. But that's a great start anyway. 101 backlinks. But let's look at Chic La Vie. So we see they have 756 backlinks, right? So you might have a good start, but they have way more than you. And that's going to be one of the main reasons that they are beating you out for all these keywords, right? They're doing a great job with their backlinking. So what can we do about that? Well, we can actually go in and look at all of the websites that are linking to them, and we can get you a link from each and every one of these. What that's going to do is it's going to match the strategy that Chic La Vie is using to have so much success on these search results. But we don't want to stop there, right? We want to go ahead and add another 100, 200 backlinks so that we're not just matching their strategy, but we're just blowing them out of the water. All right, so that's backlinks. One more thing I want to talk about is called the Google Map Pack. So that's this part of the search results where you see this map, you see 3 featured businesses right here. There's Chic La Vie again. And the third strategy is going to be to get you into these top 3 businesses because they get about 30% of the clicks from searches like this. So what we want to do is, in addition to your website, we want to promote your Google Maps profile and get them into these top 3. So Vinay, those are the 3 strategies I wanted to mention. I'm really appreciative that you watched this video. I hope it was valuable to you. If it was, just give me a call or shoot me an email and we can talk about next steps. All right, thanks.